Alright, come join Kyle, John and David as they go through what's on their playlist, find out what's everyone's favourite at Chicken Soup for the Soul Entertainment. We have a few segments, to be honest, in and out points, no celebs and the gossip, back in time where we're talking about the big M's, coming attractions, what the queue, quick checks, who'll be laughing, you abundantly. Welcome to Dual Redundancy.
Yes, welcome to Dual Redundancy, the only podcast where you can hear all latest in television, entertainment news from 2025 from too many hosts with exactly the same opinions. I'm one of those hosts, David Allen, and another one is
John Berwick, and a third one is
Kyle Bridger. Some would say that we're performative males. Some would say we're K-pop demon hunters. Some would ask, what's your alibi on the night of the Louvre heist? Okay? Some might say, where have you been? I think I saw you on a Jumbotron at a Coldplay concert. Okay? Some have asked, are you SD Kid? Are you guys all secretly SD Kid? Or, but nothing beats a Jet 2 holiday. And so we are dancing like John Hamm to break down this past year. Boom!
wow. Man, we got to take breaks more often. That was great. You did your homework, Kyle. I love it. There's a few things, man. I'm so out of it and I'm so old that I didn't know what some of those actually were. But I caught up. I figured out what's going on here. I'd say, can I be the Rizzler? Is he 2025?
Is he
I think
2025
that's like
or is that
6 years ago.
I don't know. That's all. Yeah, he's actually
The
40
kid's in
now.
college now, yeah.
Yeah.
He's with the Stranger Things kids. But
Yeah.
anyways, yes. Oh man, a lot to talk about, a lot to break down. We've been off. We got a lot to recap. It's our final show of 2025, so we're gonna, kind of do an annual wind down of the year, but instead of letting the people vote, letting democracy prevail, we are in charge. We are going to share our own personal top movies and TV shows this year. But we welcome the audience, of course, to share their picks on social media like Instagram, YouTube comments, stuff like that. But tonight, we're really just going to kind of recap the year in our way, share some of our favorite movies, TV shows, one big pop culture moment we can talk on. And then we'll also preview 2026 a bit and what we're looking forward to next year. All right, a lot to do. So we should jump right into it. Obviously, we're mostly a TV podcast, but we're going to start off with movies. We're gonna each share our favorite movie of the year. I want to start off. Let's start off with Kyle. What was your favorite movie of 2025?
Well, there's still a few that I need to watch, so I won't say this is like a preemptive
Okay, an asterisk.
favorite, but one that surprised me and one that I still think about a lot, and it might have affected me because I read Ron Chernow's book on Ulysses S. Grant, and then this came right out after. So the film is called Train Dreams. It's with Joel Edgerton, and it reminds me of like a Terrence Malick film where it's almost like ethereal. There's like these long shots and just like very cinematic shots. We're in nature, and we're just kind of seeing a life unfold in front of us. And I think you have to be in the right frame of mind to watch this movie, but I just kind of let it go and just sat back and kind of took it all in. And you're seeing things unfold, like how the nation is responding in this tumultuous time, and then the people that helped create the nation, and then how the nation or like came back on the people that had worked and made the country. So, and it did all of this just visually. They didn't have to really say anything. And then the heart of the story is Joel Edgerton and his wife are together. They build this life together, and then he has this catastrophic event that really changes his life. It's really, really good. I really recommend it. I do say you have to be in a right frame of mind, but it's very, very good.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard good things about this. I feel like this one kind of like snuck up out of nowhere. I feel like it just
Hmm.
like, because for the last whatever 4 or 5 months, you've been hearing, oh, these are the 10 films that are going to be nominated for the Oscars. You got to watch these films come out, this fall or this winter or whatever. And
Hmm.
I didn't hear this one. And then out of nowhere, this came up, and it's like everyone and has seen it said, yeah, I really like it. And
Hmm.
I think it's on Netflix, I
Yeah,
think.
it's on Netflix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, so everyone should be able to have a chance to check that one out. Yeah, nice pick, Kyle. John, do you have a 2025 film?
I do. Mine comes with a little caveat.
Uh-oh.
I only saw one film this year.
So this is it. This is your
So
one
this is
film.
it. I saw The Naked Gun. Um,
Nice.
I thought it was good. I thought they threaded the needle between being too much of a reboot and being its own thing and wandering off into the distance very well. It was a good laugh during the summer. I don't think I have a ton to say about it, but if you haven't seen it and you're interested in just dumb humor or you enjoyed the originals, it's definitely worth taking a peek.
Yeah. I saw this one on whatever streaming service. I can't remember if it was Max or Paramount Plus,
I think
but
it's Paramount.
yeah. Yeah, I thought it was funny too. I had there's some jokes that are like just dumb, but then there's like some really smart dumb jokes,
Mm-hmm.
and it was one that you really had to be like watching because there was a lot of visual background jokes.
Mm-hmm.
Like yeah, I'm
Mm-hmm.
just even remember like there was like at the precinct, like with there's cold cases and the people are just walking out of like a freezer,
Yep.
with the files and stuff. And there's like little things like that in the background, yeah, and everyone's playing it so like straight and I think yeah, Liam Neeson was a great pick
Mm-hmm.
for this role and I mean his chemistry, I guess, during the movie and also
Yeah.
maybe marketing wise with Pamela Anderson also helped as well. And it was just nice to have like a Hollywood comedy back in theaters and on streaming. They don't make these movies anymore.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. But nice. All right. Yeah, so I'll share. I had a favorite movie up until like 2 days ago when I finally was able to finish this, and this one, I guess one ups it, but like I still I can share my honorable mentions later. It sounds so cliche because it's like, I think you guys have had some really, nice off the wall picks, but like, is it cliche to pick one battle after another? Because that's what I did.
No, I mean, I
You
mean,
know,
I haven't seen it yet. I'm waiting for a
yeah,
time to see it,
yeah.
but yeah, that seems to be the consensus.
Yeah, I mean, I finished it last night. Just with the situation at home. It's like we're watching it in like three parts, in 3 nights. So the way PTA
Mm,
intended. But
yes.
like, we found natural breaks in the story, and I think it worked. And with this film, I don't want to give too much away yet because I think neither of you guys have seen it yet, but it mixes a lot of stuff going on, and there's it's obviously action, but there's like some political commentary in there, and it's just really funny. Like there's some like really comedic moments from Leo especially. Um, that it will have you cracking up. Just like the dialogue, the wittiness of it. There's a sequence that I was, feeling almost uncut gems of like this anxiety, and the camera is moving so much. There's a lot of uh chases going on in this film and just the energy, the camera I feel like doesn't stop, like, and it's constantly moving with the music and there, some stunts. There's a lot going on. I mean, this is definitely PTA's probably like biggest film, I think, budget wise, scope wise. um you got, Leo, Chase Infinity there on the poster, kind of an up and comer. Benicio del Toro, Sean Penn. It's a great cast. Yeah, there's a lot to pick with this one, so it'll be fun to, talk with you guys once you've seen it because there's a lot going on in the film. But um,
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm really excited about it. I've been wanting a chance to watch it, but it's just like, yeah, it is, I think almost 3 hours, and I'm like, I
yeah,
want to be in the right frame of mind to
yeah,
watch it. So,
yeah. And I'll run through some honorable mentions, and it, coincidentally, kind of all from the same studio, Warner Brothers here. They had quite a year, one battle after another, as I mentioned. But the one that just missed out was Weapons. I really
Mhm.
enjoyed Weapons.
Yeah, I liked
Just
Weapons a lot.
again, the follow-up from the director of Barbarian. You're going on
Mm,
a ride, and you're like, where is this taking me? And the way this story is structured with the different focuses on each character, and we're seeing from their side of the story, and you get a little bit more information, but then you get a
mm.
question, and then you get a little bit more information, and another question, and just the way it's all set up and the payoff with everything.
I've also never had a movie, I think, be like scary or edge of your seat thriller culminate in like this cathartic laugh out
Yeah,
loud
yeah,
moment at the end. It was just insane. But it was very good. Yeah, I really
definitely.
liked it.
Any honorable mentions for you guys?
I saw Eddington recently. I
Oh, okay.
liked it, but I also that's probably more of a horror movie than Weapons was. Um, uh, yeah, I liked the performances, but it was really like a mirror on American culture right now.
Yeah. And we can't forget Sinners also came out this year.
Sinners was so good, dude.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
and another good horror movie, but also just another good performance, obviously with Michael B. Jordan in dual
yeah.
roles. Another, great direction from Ryan Coogler. The music, um, there's the sequence of kind of the musical sequence of all the different timelines, and I guess of
Hmm.
all mixed in together was seamless,
Yeah,
which is really cool to see. But yeah,
yeah. I really like Sinners.
a lot of good movies. I want to talk about one real quick because we didn't have a chance to talk about it on the podcast. It was on my most anticipated list last year, and I think probably the year before because it's taken so long to come out. Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning.
Mm.
I got
Hmm.
a lot of problems with this movie. I'm
Yeah.
Frank Costanza at Festivus right now, and now you're gonna hear about him. Um, I mean, I love the Mission Impossible franchise. I was really excited about this one, culmination of everything. I finally had a chance to see it, and maybe it's because, oh, I watched it at home. I didn't watch it on the big screen and stuff. But man, this movie did not work for me at all. And it's just, sure, yes, this sequence in the plane, amazing. Definitely amazing. But everything else, like the stuff leading into this moment, I think some of the dialogue was clunky. Um, I think the editing, I mean, first of all, is way too long, and they could have easily saved so much time without the unnecessary flashbacks at every turn.
Yeah.
Make a
And
third movie.
I mean, this already was supposed to be part two of this final movie, and just the way where it's like not everything has to tie together. This isn't the MCU. Like you didn't plan in Mission Impossible 1, 2, 3, 4, probably even 5 that you were going to
Hmm.
do this. And to be like, oh, this thing from Mission Impossible 3 is actually the thing that set off of the entity here. But then this character from Mission Impossible 2 is now appearing. It's
Yeah.
enough. And then to have to
Yeah.
show it not only once, twice, three times, like the amount of times that they had to cut to the I forget what it's called, the room from the first one where he propels down and he's hanging, and we see the knife falling, and it's like we had to keep flashing back. It's like, here's the knife, and then it's like, where's this knife from? Flashback. Let's see it fall down again, and him pick up the knife. It's like, we get it. Like the audience is smart. We
Yeah.
saw it once, we saw it twice. You don't need to show us a third time in the movie. Like,
Yeah.
enough.
Yeah, it almost became like one of those clip show
Yeah.
episodes in TV where it's like we're trying to align all the parts together and look at this great time we had making all these films. And I thought the overarching like family
Yeah.
theme, they really hammered it home and it got to be cheesy, especially with some of the lines of dialogue. Also at times in the production, and I noticed this with the previous,
Yeah.
the Dead Reckoning, it felt almost soap opera-y, like
Yeah.
lighting and on the
I wonder if we're trying to
headshots, close-ups.
to hide some of Tom's age.
Fair
I
enough.
I wonder, like, like there's the lighting or like the action. We have to like, what is it? The Liam Neeson Taken 3, where it's like cut, 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 cut.
Yeah.
To make it seem like it's more actiony than it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah, I mean I understand that, but
Yeah,
it and then also the shoot, the AI
Yeah.
as like an enemy or a boss, just I didn't love it.
Yeah.
That there was like this guy Gabriel like working in cahoots, and then he was battling the, it just did not, it just, I don't know, it just didn't work for me. I would have rathered something else.
Yeah. And did not make the money back. So who knows what the future is for this franchise if it is really done. I think if Tom Cruise ever wants to do another one, they will do another one. I don't know if they'll do another one without Tom Cruise. Like I don't know the logistics of all that. But yeah, it's just like from what I've heard with these movies, it's like they have like a stunt in mind or a location in mind, and then they work backwards of how we can get to that stunt or location. And that's not how, like sometimes it works. I don't think it worked here. Like it's like,
Mhm.
this plane sequence was cool. The submarine thing was cool, but it's like, all right, now we got to retroactively get to that. And it's like, ooh, we're kind of bending our over backwards for no reason to get to this. But
Yeah. Well, John put in the chat that
yeah.
somebody mentioned
Oh
is
yeah.
it the editor's trust in the attention span of the viewer that is lagging. I mean, I
Yeah.
think when we're talking in 2026, with everyone having, not that it's a bad thing, whatever, but everyone having ADHD from cell phone
Yeah.
usage, it's probably a reason why they keep cutting
Yeah.
back to stuff so that it's like, hey, remember this, or you left them, you weren't
Yeah.
here in the first hour, remember this?
Yeah.
So
Oh boy.
maybe.
Oh, maybe. All right. So those are movies. Let's go to TV. We're gonna spend a little more time here. We all got a top three, and I'm sure things are gonna overlap. But let's start off. Kyle, tell me your number three of the year.
Uh, I remember I didn't put them in any order, so
Oh,
I
okay.
don't know. I don't
That's
know,
fine.
John.
I don't know, John, did you do that?
Not really.
Okay,
Um,
that's
I,
fine. It's all
I will
Okay.
arbitrary and
say
reductive. It doesn't matter.
you might as well go through your three and two because there's going to be a little overlap.
Okay. All right. Then
So
I
Okay.
guess I'll go with who which John, who do you want us to go first?
doesn't matter.
All right.
Okay.
Well,
I'll start it off. Go ahead.
all right. I'll
It-
say this is my number three, The Pit on it's HBO Max original, whatever it is at this point. But it's a version, I mean, I guess they don't want you to call it legally, but it's ER, it's ER mixed with 24. It's a day in the life of these emergency room workers, and we get to see each hour of their shift as an episode, and it took me a while to get into it, because it was came out at the beginning of the year, and I had some stuff going on in my personal life, and it was tough to skip myself into a hospital emergency room setting. But once, I was able to, and I was able to go on this ride with them. There's just so much going on. There's so many different ailments, and all the dynamics between all these people, and we're seeing these relationships, and I don't know what they're going to do for season two because I feel like they've covered a lot in a very short amount of time in season one, all the different diseases and incidents and accidents that they could, but it's coming back soon. I'll give it props as well. It didn't take them 3 years to make another season. They're doing it within a year, which is great. But anyone else have the pit on their list of
Yeah.
yeah?
Yeah. I had the pit. I had the pit. Um, I really enjoyed it. The all three TV shows that I chose, um, were shows that I just could not get enough of. And The
Yeah.
Pit, I waited a while to watch it, and then I just binged right through it. It's a great binge watching show. Um, I really like the characters involved in it and the situations that they're put into. It's realistic according to friends and family that I have in working in hospitals. Um, and the performances were really good. And I do like the fact that there's a lot of, it's an ensemble cast with a bunch of like, who are these people? But I think that's what brings it a little bit of charm and makes it feel a little bit more realistic because we don't, I mean, we know Noah Wiley, but the rest of them are, for the most part,
Yeah.
new. So, at least new to me. So, yeah, it was a fun watch. I really, really enjoyed The Pit. But I am concerned like you, Dave, that it's like where do they go from here?
Yeah.
Because you're right, they did go through so much, and I feel like if they really try and go deeper into something, it might lose that frenetic pace that
Yeah.
they are hoping to get, kind of like 24.
Yeah, and
Do
I just wonder how if they're like not necessarily because there was times where they kind of left that little emergency room area, but like it was mostly there, and it's like, can you how much can you do when we don't really see them outside of work or outside of the parameters of 12 p.m. to 12 a.m., or
Hmm.
whatever. Like, we're only seeing a day of their life every year or two, whatever it is in their time. But
Hmm.
yeah. Sorry, John, I cut you off.
No, it's all good. I was gonna say, aren't there a bunch of like hospital-based TV shows that had like a million seasons, like
Yeah.
House and like ER and
Hmm.
General Hospital and all that? Like, I feel like they're not gonna run out of
They'll
content. All I have to
they'll
do is
just
just
do
like,
lupus again and again.
yeah, just pluck
Like House.
pluck someone else's season and modify it to fit yours. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like,
Well, I just like I don't know if John, if you saw the
I
pit, but
haven't. It's
like
on my list, but I haven't.
it's just the amount of like it's not like one case an hour or something. There's just like they're
Interesting.
solving
Okay.
like six or seven things, and maybe like two will carry over into the next hour. Maybe one will last for 3 episodes, but
Hmm.
like for the most part, like there'll be stuff where it's like, okay, 5 minutes next, what's the
Gotcha.
next,
Okay.
thing, and it's just one of those things where it's like, well, that's a weird thing to happen, or that's like a one in a million thing, and it's like, yeah, I'm sure something else will come up, but it's like, oh wait, we
Hmm.
saw this one in a million thing, and now it's instead of this was stuck in your arm, now this is stuck in your leg. It's like, or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
All right.
uh
It's on my list. I just
yeah,
has so much to watch.
no, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
What was on your list for 2025?
Um. I mean, I'm pretty sure this season was this year. We had the beginning of Severance season 2,
Yes,
so
yes.
Hmm.
that was definitely a highlight for me. I'm gonna say maybe my number one of the year if I'm gonna
Yeah,
go out of
yeah.
order. Um, I I was debating about this the other day, talking to someone whether I like this or I'll give a spoiler for my other ones, Pluribus,
Yeah.
more. And I think I have just too much recency bias with Pluribus that I think this Severance is my favorite thing this year. Uh, I don't. It's been a long time since
Yeah.
I've watched like a weekly episodic show and been like, oh, I need the episode today. Like, I can't wait a week for another episode. So it really made me such a difference between season 1 and 2 as far as the pacing goes. Like, I enjoyed season 1, but season 2 really made me like dive into it. But uh I don't know. If you haven't seen it yet, check out season 1. Watch the whole season. The end of the season justifies the whole season. It's hard to just judge it off a couple episodes, but just know that season 2 is just so much better and well worth your time.
See, it's interesting because like I remember when we had our discussion back in March
Hmm.
of on the podcast, like it was supposed to be like a 10-15 minute podcast. I think it turned into like a 40-minute
Yeah,
thing. But like for me, I think season one as a whole, well, maybe season two is better, bigger production and more complex stuff going on. I think season one is a very tight, like you could just watch season one and that's like it's a really well-made season where there's not like an outlier of a bad episode or something. In season two, there were some bad episodes. We have the Cobell off
I didn't mind that one too much.
the but I
I know
thought that
you
one
guys
was
didn't like
rough,
it, but
and like
yeah,
there was just like moments where it was just like, okay, we're diving too much down the lost hatch here of some
Mm.
stuff, and like I'm getting worried, and it's like, oh, there was some answers they had to pay off in season two. It's like, was that a fulfilled an answer? Are
I
we, are
get
we
you.
so like that's why I was like, oh, I thought season one was just like boom, like that, and like I rewatched season one to get ready for season two, and that finale, man, still edge of your seat stuff, and then again, season two, a lot of great stuff, a lot of great moments. I enjoyed it every week watching it, but maybe it was just the excitement of everything being so new and fresh and exciting. One that really like still has me think one is my favorite season of the two.
I get you. I don't disagree with any of that. I just think that for me, as much as I enjoyed season 1, it was a lot to get through for the payoff of the end of the
Mm,
season.
Mm,
whereas season 2 kind of felt like it was already elevated, so I was in the
yeah.
mode to enjoy it rather than being like, what's happening, what's going on, what's the payoff, you know what I mean? Like we were in the process of the payoff, so
And
um
I think there's also part of it too where it's like I won't say it specifically, but there is a reveal in like episode 4 or 5 where I think a lot of the audience was kind of thinking that, by
mm,
episode 1.
mhm.
So it was kind of one of those things where like, we talked about like with like Dexter, it's like, all right, the audience is here and the show is still here. So
Mm,
it's like we have to get all on the same page. And then once we did, it's like, all right, we're on the same page. And I was like, okay, well, there's 3 episodes left. It's like, oh, like, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, I
But
get you, yeah.
yeah, but all right. Let's see. Well, I guess at the end of this, I'm making you guys all
Yeah.
rank your
yeah, that's
three.
fine. I can rank that.
Um,
I just didn't know.
you don't
That's
have to
what.
do it right now, but
Yep.
Kyle, give me another show in your top three.
Um, I don't know what John has queued up, so I'm
Yeah.
just
No,
gonna go.
Okay.
I'll
Okay.
go with whatever you get.
Yeah.
All right. Then the next one I'll go with is Task.
There you go. We're on the same page so far,
Yeah.
Kyle.
So, this was another show like John where it was like I need to watch this and I need to watch it now. Uh, it's a glimpse into the lives of people in a specific county, just outside, Philly, and we're seeing it's just interesting to see because you see these traditional cop shows where it's like the cop has everything together trying to chase the bad guy, and the bad guy is ultimately bad and the cop is always good, and this is blurring the lines all over the place because at the end of the day they're really just people trying to do something. So the cop is trying to do his job. uh uh Shoot, I'm forgetting his name. Tom Pelfrey, is that his name? Tom
That sounds
Pelfrey.
right. I think so.
Tom Pelfrey is trying to support his family in the best way that he knows how, and the writing in the show is very well done. The performances are very good. And I just liked every week seeing where they were going to go with it and seeing these lives unfold and the heartbreak and the laughter and the setting. All these things are coming together so well that you just can't not watch it. You gotta watch it.
Yeah,
You gotta want
I
to watch it.
really enjoyed this too. This was my number two on the list. I mean, obviously, as you mentioned, the performances from Tom and also Mark, but the whole cast as well.
Mm,
Really blown away by the actress that was in Coda. I think Amelia Jones. It took me a while to even realize that the daughter in Coda was in this as Maeve.
yeah.
Um, there's just so much going on, like, yeah, between all those different stories of Robbie's home life and what's going on with Tom and his son,
Mm,
and how's that affecting the search for this missing kid. So they got like a missing kid, but then you also have um, is there a mole within this task force? And there's
yep.
so much stuff going on, and it's yeah, it had me on the edge of my seat because each episode had something where it was just I had a gasp, like whoa, like there's a moment in episode 2 that I'm remembering with Amelia Jones and the little boy that I was like, oh, like you know, yeah. I mean, I'm trying to keep it as spoiler free as possible, but I had a lot of fun watching this. Um, I'm concerned because they did announce a season 2.
Yeah. I heard that too.
Uh,
Yeah.
Obviously, not a lot of people are going to be probably returning. I'm assuming Mark Ruffalo's character is going to be like the lead. Maybe he'll be on another task force. I'm assuming, unless it's a complete
And
anthology series like a True
like
Detective.
he's Martha Plimpton's character or something.
Either that or he's just like is has to do this whole thing again or something
Yeah.
like a version of
Yeah.
it, or or if it's t True Detective and then we get a whole new task force. But I think if you're gonna renew the show Task, you're gonna want some kind of carryover. You want Mark Ruffalo, you want something, because if not, it's like just call it Force, like to call it
Yeah.
another
Mm.
thing. But Yeah, I don't know. I know a lot of people want because this is done by the creator of Mayor of Easttown. It's like, can we get a team up? Can we get a crossover? Can we get
Hmm.
Mark Ruffalo and Kate Winslet's character, the mayor of Task Force or whatever? And but
I've still
Yeah.
only seen the pilot.
yeah,
It's on my list to watch again, but like
yeah.
I don't know. It probably was all right. It didn't grab me all that deep, so
Give it
it's
another
been
chance, John. Give it another
yeah, it's kind of
chance.
been pushed off a little bit because of that,
Yeah.
but I'm sure I'll get to it eventually.
Okay, okay. Um, so I got two of Kyle's so far. John, we got at least one or two more from you.
Yeah,
What do you
yeah.
got?
Well, I alluded to it when I was talking about Severance, but Pluribus has been
Yeah.
going. We got the whole first season out. Um, a little bit mixed feelings on this one. It's something we've been, or at least I've been waiting for
Yeah.
forever since they announced it or teased it. What 6 years ago or something.
It's been a
Um,
while.
it's been a little while. But yeah, I really enjoyed that first episode. I wish the rest of the season was a little closer to that. It felt like there was like this big episode, and then we've just been slowly kind of building back up. Just a big
Mm.
cliff to see the episode two, and then building back up. Again, not bad, but it just the hype paid off in that first episode of waiting, and then after that, it was kind of just like, oh, it's a very slow pace. Like we're world building. All right. Um, Again, not bad, but it not really what I really expected, I guess. So we're
Yeah.
slowly building up. The finale was Christmas Eve last
Yeah.
week. So it's out there. You can binge the first season if you're interested. But I don't know. Are you guys up to date?
I am up to date. Kyle?
I've seen the first episode. I watched it the other day. I thought it was very, very interesting. It made me
Mm.
want
Oh.
to watch more. But you're scaring me, John. Now that you
No,
said
no,
it
no.
slows down
Oh.
again, I'm like, oh
Oh yeah,
no.
Definitely watch it, but
it is really well made, but
it
there
is.
is the pace is, I mean, it reminds me, it really is like a Better Call Saul, like season one and two. I think we forget, but those early seasons of Saul,
Mm-hmm.
even season like two of Breaking Bad, there's some slow stuff in there, and
Yeah.
obviously it will, in Vince we trust, because I believe in him, and I believe that there's going to be, you know, the S is going to go down, at some point here.
Mm.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, it starts off with a bang of a pilot, and then yeah, like I think the other episodes, there's a lot of character development, especially for a show that mostly is
One
really
character.
focuses on one character, and
Mm.
um,
Yeah.
yeah, and it's a very difficult show to do because of what happens with the rest of the characters.
Mhm.
And the setting, there's a little bit of Last Man on Earth vibes at
Yeah, that's
points
what
in
it
this
was giving
show.
me. Yeah.
Mhm.
Definitely like Twilight Zone, definitely there's yeah, there's a lot going on. But yeah, it is I feel like a slow, I think maybe people are expecting like Breaking Bad type stuff. It's like no, there's gonna be
Yeah.
it's more drawn out, and I did there is points where I'm like, oh, maybe I wonder if this would play better on a binge instead of like waiting for a week and then you watch this episode and go like, oh,
I think that is a big part of it for me is
yeah,
you're waiting a week for again that slow burn and you're just like, oh, it's good, but what happened that episode? It's
yeah,
like, all right, we got more character development. It's all like insight stuff. It's less like I can't enumerate, this happened. But you see
yeah,
more into Ray Seahorn's character's psyche and how she's processing some of the loss and all the how she's interacting with this other group and all this. So it's very well done. It has the maturity that comes with somebody like Vince who has, from what I can gather, pretty much almost the same crew as what he did
yeah.
on Breaking Bad and
And it's very
Saul.
well produced. I mean,
Yeah,
it's like there's some beautiful shots and locations, and yeah, it's well done.
it's worth watching. It's just it wasn't 100% what I expected.
Yeah. Um, all right. Well, I'm gonna share my number one, and then we can figure out, if you guys have anything left here. But I mean, was there gonna be any doubt my number one? I mean, we got a Nathan Fielder show this year. I mean, The Rehearsal, season two. Um, well, did everything always work for me? No. I have such high expectations for Nathan, but like there's some amazing stuff in here. I mean, there's the episode where he's Sully, like he goes through
Mm.
his entire biography to get into the mindset of, the pilot there. But then it culminates in a finale where this Canadian comedian gets his pilot's license to fly a 737 with actual people in it. Like it's just, and again, there's points where it's like when you're describing the show, it's like, yeah, it's a you know, this guy who's trying to solve some issues with pilots communicating with each other to help save airline, disasters. It's like, wait, is this a comedy? It's like, yes, it is, and there was, I think topically there was some stuff with the TSA and the
Yeah.
pilots this year around the time of this episode. There was some talk that, he went on CNN, like there might be some change actually coming because of the show, which is wild. But again, the stuff he's up to, the stuff he's doing, the stuff he's commenting on, uh, it's
Like,
just
I
it's
just don't
wild.
understand how he comes up with a through line.
Yeah,
Because for some of this stuff, it's like, d did he have it all mapped out, or like he saw this happen and it was like, let me see if I can take it in this direction? But
yeah.
I gotta imagine that he had always wanted to maybe get his pilot's license, and then this maybe
Was
help
just an
fuel
excuse to
it.
get HBO
Yeah,
to pay for it.
yeah,
'Cause
maybe.
it's not cheap. But yeah, and I think he's like still like sometimes doing some
Yeah.
pilot runs, just to keep it going. It's like
Well, you
okay,
have to, I think you
yeah,
need a certain number of
hours,
airline
yeah.
or air miles. So I wouldn't be surprised if he's
That's
still doing it.
funny. Um, but yeah, of course. And I'm looking at my top three now. All HBO Max
Yeah.
shows. So what a year. Again, my favorite
Movies,
movies
TV.
was yeah, Warner Brothers. Here we go with this. And then I'll share my honorable mentions after you guys, but that also leans very heavy on a different streaming service. But what do you guys got for your last shows? Is there anything left, Kyle, on your list?
Yeah, I had a show, an international show.
Okay.
Watched this, I think, over the summer, called The Eastern Gate,
Mm,
a spy thriller. Could not stop watching this. I think I might have watched it in a night, maybe.
wow.
It's only 6 episodes. I think they renewed it, but every episode, edge of your seat, trying to figure out who's on what side. But the main storyline is basically something is happening on the Polish and Russian, uh, boundary, and Poland is kind of sending in a spy to try and thwart whatever's happening on the border, and then a little spy chaos ensues. But really, every episode, edge of your seat, you're trying to figure out what's going on, and multiple twists that I think really pull are well done, and you know have the payoff that you want. So even if you think you've got one lined up, there's like, oh wait, this is happening, and that. So I think it's very well done. They connect the dots very well.
Nice, nice. I like the out of the box pick.
Hmm.
Yeah, nice. And I guess it's on HBO Max, so
Yes, it is
it's
in
easy. It's
HBO
easy to
Max.
watch.
Yep.
Perfect. John, last show.
Yeah, I was a little torn between this and the rehearsal, but I figured I'd choose this for a
Yeah.
little variety. Gen V,
Okay.
they're still doing all right. I think maybe my enjoyment of it was more fueled by, oh, I can't wait for the next season of The Boys, but that's okay. They're kind of setting up some stuff, I believe, for the last season of The Boys, so it's it was a little bit of exposition and background stuff, but it's still the same show it's been. It's all gory and kind of shocking and it is what it is. I enjoyed it.
I think I said it whatever last time we talked about Gen V or the boys, where the thing I'm not liking with this series is what it's becoming what they made fun
Yeah.
of.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like the idea that now I've watched all the boys, that I got to watch
Yeah.
2 seasons of
The
Gen V
multiverse.
to prepare for the boys season 5, and then is there a comic that I got to read before that? Oh, is there another? Isn't there like the
Mhm.
boys Mexico or something that's coming out? I think there was like another
I don't
Boy,
spin-off.
know.
I'm
it's like
pretty sure.
NCIS.
But yeah, like they would make fun of like these like MCU type universes
Oh
that you
yeah.
have to watch everything and do all your homework for, and it's like, well, now that's this, and it's like, oh, like
Yep.
can I just watch it? Go, watch a show week to week, that's it. But
Yeah,
yeah,
that is a downside of it, but
yeah,
how I feel like starting out, you could see that that was gonna happen. You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like
It got big. I mean, it's
yeah,
one of
it got
Amazon's biggest
big.
shows. Yeah,
It's Amazon. There's no way they're not gonna start doing that stuff. So
yeah,
unfortunate, but that's the way where we are.
nice. Yeah. All right.
So,
Yeah.
Dave, I know you asked me to rank
Yeah.
them.
Rank them.
If I were to rank them, it'd probably
Yes.
be three would be the Pit, two would be Eastern Gate, and one would be Task.
All
I
right. I
thought you were
like
just
it.
gonna go 3, 2, 1 and be like, "That's my ranking," and then not
Yeah.
say which one was which.
No. And
um, good.
oh, okay. And I'll say 3 for me was the Pit, 2 was Task, and I think I'll put the Rehearsal season 2 for my number 1. But they're all 3 great shows. John, what
Hmm.
about you?
I'll do Gen V as 3, Pluribus 2, and Severance 1 for me.
Nice. Nice, yeah. And like I said, my 3 happen to be all from HBO, HBO Max. My honorable mentions, I was looking at, I'm like, yeah, I have Severance on there. I got
Hmm.
Pluribus, The
Hmm.
Studio. I'm like, oh, I'm very Apple TV. Drop the plus, it's cleaner. Uh, I got that, service in my honorable mentions. Um, one other one I'll throw out for an honorable mention, or just to talk real quick, because I like my reality TV. Australian Survivor, the Australian versus the World series that they did, this much better Survivor than we got in the States with 48 and 49. Um, that's a whole other podcast I can bring up my issues with this new era and the samey same of it all, the three tribes, it's played out so much, and I'm really hoping come February with Survivor 50, with the bigger all-star cast, that they're gonna maybe change things up after that and for the 50s on. But man, it was they're doing it right down under versus what we got for 48 and 49 this year. But any honorable mentions that I'm missing, guys?
Uh,
From
good.
yeah, go, John.
All right.
You-
I was gonna say, surprisingly, Dexter Resurrection.
Yeah,
Um, after the stink show that was Cold Blood or whatever that was,
New Blood, I
New Blood,
think.
whatever it
Yeah,
was. Well, not the one with the kid, the one where he's in upstate New York.
yeah, yeah. I think
Okay, I
that's
didn't
the
watch
new.
the one with
Yeah,
the kid. Um,
but
after the
yeah,
stink show of that, like was like surprisingly refreshing. Like I actually it felt like it was another season of Dexter. I mean, of course, his son's part of it now, so that was kind of eh.
it is what it is.
But
Yeah.
yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, it felt much more almost returned to rootsy, and I was surprised by how much I enjoyed it. So I'll give that
I'll
a
co-sign that.
mention.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely a step up from what we have. It's still not uh
Not
top
season
3,
4,
yeah,
but
but yeah. Anything else, Kyle?
yeah, I had Adolescence.
Oh yeah.
I thought was really well done. Um, the one shot or one take, and just seeing the breakdown of the family, and yeah, that was a tough watch, but a very very good show. I had the rehearsal on
Yeah.
my, I had Severance on mine.
Yeah.
The Chair Company. I had the
Yeah.
Chair Company. I did enjoy it. It did get very weird, but there's still some funny moments. There's a lull in the middle of the season, but
I
it
think that's where I'm
picks
at
up at
right
the end.
now. Because I'm in this lull. There's like 3 or 4 episodes left and I'm just kind of like I'll get to it. But like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, there was a lull in the season, but toward the end it did pick up, and yeah, I'm excited to see. I just like that it is a little bit outlandish and a little bit different than what we see on TV. So I kind of want to reward that. Um, and I think overall it is okay. And then one that I wouldn't say was like great, but I enjoyed watching it. It is good, but it's not like the top tier. The Beast in Me on Netflix, or the
Uh,
the, the one with Claire Danes
it's on my list to start. I haven't started
and
it yet.
Matthew Reese. It's okay. Like I think if you're looking for like a crime
Hmm.
thriller, that'll go down easy. I think the performances between those two are very good. I don't think there's much in the way of like suspense. I think it's more of let's see how these characters respond and what a sociopath is really like. I think that's what it is because there really isn't, I don't think, much secret about what's happening.
Mm.
But but yeah.
All right. Nice. Yeah, good year for
Oh,
TV.
Black
Oh,
Mirror had a season this year,
yes.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
it
that
did.
was uh, both entertaining and too close to home. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, that was another good mention.
Yeah. Sometimes I wonder if I'm watching like
The
the History
news?
Channel or yeah, the news or Black Mirror. But all right. I want to talk about a pop culture moment. Normally, we do our top three, and Kyle did a great intro with all, different stuff this year. And it was a busy year for pop culture because you have the Jimmy Kimmel suspension, you got the Disney Sora AI deal, you've got the Oscars moving to YouTube. But I think the one that, if we did a vote, this would be my top vote. This is the story of the year, I think, because it's still ongoing. There's so much to unpack. This could be a full hour itself. But the Netflix Warner Brothers deal, like, and there's so much to unpack here. I'll set it up and then we can dive a little bit into it. But it's like, going into it, I think a lot of people thought Paramount seemed like the obvious buyer. But then out of nowhere, Netflix comes in, swoops in an $82.7 billion deal. It would have Netflix acquire the Warner Brothers film and TV studios that includes HBO and HBO Max. Doesn't include the linear assets like, CNN and TNT and stuff like that. But Paramount, which is led by David Ellison, was very unhappy with this rejection, launched a hostile takeover bid for all of Warner Brothers Discovery. Paramount said their offer was superior as it is an all-cash offer and it has a clearer path to close, with the current administration. Take that for what you will. Um, but Warner Brothers, is unsure. Where's all this money coming from? There's talk of, Jared Kushner and Saudi Arabia and like, what's going on? Are they actually good for it? What's happening? Either way, Warner Brothers has rejected that bid. Paramount isn't taking no for an answer. We still got a long process with all this. There's intense regulatory scrutiny, not just in the US, but around the world. So who knows how long this will happen and if it will happen and if, in the next hour, the news breaks of something else. But what do we think about all this? I mean, Kyle, your thoughts?
I think it's just crazy that all the companies are merging into one. I
Yeah.
mean, it's even worse. I mean, I feel like we've been talking about this as long as dual redundancy has been going on, and it's just now reached like an apex of just everyone is now one. Um, and I think what's interesting after you were describing it is like Netflix is in this weird spot where they're not like legacy media. So Warner Brothers probably is like, we don't want to go to Paramount and which is like a direct
Yeah.
competitor. We could then merge with Netflix, which would broaden our base, and it seems like a growth opportunity and a new emerging media. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, because like
So I mean, probably
Nef
from their perspective is
yeah.
like, why am I going to go with Paramount Plus? Who, correct me if I'm wrong, wasn't it gonna Paramount was gonna like shut down, and now they're merging with another
Well, because
Yeah, but
company.
what
Ellison
did
It's just
billion
stepped
such a
in
dollars?
and
weird.
he wanted a little something to play with. He was bored with all of his money, so let me just buy some stuff here. I think it's just, yeah, like Netflix, it's like they have to find ways to grow, and I think this is their way because it's like, for a while they're like, we're not doing ads, and it's like, well, we need to make more money because we have our subscribers, so. Let's do ad to tier. Okay. Let's crack down on password sharing to get more subscribers. What can we do to get more subscribers? Well, let's take over and completely, paint the Warner Brothers logo red because now it's ours and it's going to be Netflix, a tile on Netflix, or who knows what it's going to be.
Yeah.
It's crazy because it's like at the end of the day, all of these outcomes are terrible, but it's almost like there's like a lesser of two evils, and this is the better choice in a way, Netflix. Like because with Paramount, it's like we already saw what Ellison's have done with like CBS and 60 Minutes and stuff like
Hmm.
that. It's like okay, now we give them Warner Brothers and HBO and CNN, and it's like
Yep.
well. There's also big reports of like there will be massive layoffs with Paramount and Warner Brothers combining.
Hmm.
There's a lot of redundancies there because it's like it's the same thing. Meanwhile, with Netflix, they pretty much have said it's not going to be as many redundancies because they can take on more employees and they'll have different divisions and stuff like that, whether it's like separate units and stuff like that. So they're okay, that's great for the industry. There's going to be less people laid off, but Netflix doesn't really believe in theatricals. And what a run did Warner Brothers have this year between Sinners, Superman, Minecraft, Weapons, one battle after another. Like they're gonna probably win the Oscar. Like they had such a good year in movies and TV. But like, what, are we gonna have now less movies in theaters or less movies going to be made because now we have one less movie studio? Is there just less competition in general? That's never good. So it's just like pick your poison, but like, oh man, it's tough.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what the theater situation is going to
Yeah,
be coming down the line. I just know I've started to avoid theaters because it's just madness there, and it's not even
it's
worth.
just
I'll
yeah, it's
just wait for
expensive.
everything
Yeah,
to come out. It's just
yeah.
not worth it. But thinking about all of these companies too is like, so Netflix buys this, then I feel like they're over leveraged, and then they're gonna try and recoup all their money.
Mm.
It's just like, where is this money gonna come from? Eventually,
Us.
yeah, you
Yeah.
gotta assume this becomes full blown cable at cable prices because now they run the show
Yeah.
and they need to make their money back. It's gonna become a point in the future where they go, the growth has slowed. How do we
Yep.
figure this out to make the money again? It's just you can see it. They leverage the debt to buy another, and then
Mm.
it's
I
just
just
it's
don't
just
understand. We talked about it. They have so much debt, and the idea is like, all right, we'll do an $82.7 billion deal. It's like, where are you guys getting this money? Like,
yeah,
under your couch cushions? Like, where is this coming from? And it's just like, oh, we're good for it. We're good for it. Don't worry about it. It's just like,
yeah.
yeah, I'm gonna worry about it. It's like almost $100 billion. Like,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah, man. But yeah, a lot to come with that in 2026, and who knows, 2027 for sure. There's a lot to go on, and we'll see if any of it gets proved, if there's going to be stipulations involved, like, oh, you have to do 10 theatrical movies for a month in theater or whatever. It's who
Mm.
knows what the rules are going to be for this to pass. But all right, before we preview 2026, I want to just give a little brief story here. As you guys know, I make the little graphics for the cover image for the podcast for each episode, and sometimes it's a lot of work. So I thought, okay, all this talk of AI, Disney's partnering with Sora and all this stuff. Let me see if I can use AI to build it for me this year, so I don't have to spend those hours making it. Man, it's rough. It's rough out there. I asked to see if it could make a collage featuring characters from 10 of the top shows, which, I named for it. And here's the journey I went with. I mean, you go back to that first one real quick, John. This was what it came up with first, okay? And for those listening at home, definitely check this out on YouTube to see. So we have
Whoa.
all these
Ugh,
shows,
half of
and
these
they're
aren't like
kind of
correct.
correct. We got okay, it's like Severance. It kind of looks like a office area. We got the pit set in the hospital. Okay. White Lotus looks like it could be but then you're like, wait a minute, Pluribus is in this like futuristic like
Tech City.
space. Squid Game is in the Arctic but it has a giant, red light, green light person
Yeah.
there. The rehearsal season 2 has a giant 2 behind some random person. And then you have Paradise, which, spoiler, it's not set on a deserted island, even though it says Paradise. So it's like, okay,
Yeah.
sure. But I'm like, okay, let me I asked, only use official promotional images, and I've actually pulled some images for them to use. Like, use these images of these people, erase the
Yeah.
background, put them all together. Let's see what you got. Okay. Not bad, but also like, let's look a
It's
little deeper, you know?
yeah. It seems very plain.
Yeah. And it's like, okay, James Marsden doesn't look right, but really, it's like, what the F is happening with pilot Nathan Fielder over here?
Yeah.
Like, because look at the picture I sent of Nathan Fielder. This is the one I submitted.
Uh,
And instead, they changed the orientation so it's like straight on, but it's like a different person. So it's like, okay, you know what? I'm okay with
yeah.
this image. Just replace the pilot and add in that one of Nathan. This one exactly. And it did half of
Oh
that.
my
We
God.
got the original bad pilot, but we also got a small little Nathan under Ray Seahorn
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Remove the pilot. Please just remove the pilot for me, okay? And then it did, but then it added an airplane. What's this little airplane doing? Okay, okay. All right, remove the airplane, okay? Let's get rid of that airplane, please, and add in the pilot of Nathan from this photo. Who is this random guy in the bottom here under James Marsden? Who the hell is this? Where'd this guy come from?
Oh God,
All
that's
right, all right,
hilarious.
all right. You guys are not dealing with this Nathan thing. Nathan's really causing me a lot of trouble here. How about the picture is Nathan from the side piloting a plane. Do it as if they were on the plane, from the side angle. Give me that. I guess they're in the windows, but why is Nathan now on the tail of the plane? Okay, okay. How about you're sitting in the plane? Okay, let's get them in the plane so we can see everybody. All
Yep.
right. So
Perfect.
we got the back of some heads here. We got two Adam Scotts. Um, we have wait a minute. There's the photo of Nathan with the plane in the background, but his head has now been replaced with the adolescence boy. They have the other person, his co-pilot, but they still don't have Nathan Fielder. Oh my God. Okay, let's try again here. Please, one more time. One more time. All right. We lost the pilot, but hey, we at least got, oh wait, two Noah Wileys, what's going on there? Wait, two Walter Goggins? The bad Nathan Fielder pilot is back in the background.
Oh my
I give up.
God.
I'm done. And everyone's supposed to be worried about AI. Come
Yeah, I
on.
know. That's exactly what
Jesus.
I was thinking.
Jesus. I'll just make it myself. I'm spending too much time with this. But all right. That was
I
my
th
journey.
Yeah, I was trying to create a logo with one of these AI companies, and I realized it's got to just be a launching point. Like it
Yeah.
can't be the finished
Yeah.
the
No.
finished product. It's
No.
got to be a starting off point for them for
No.
you to go with.
Yeah. What a mess. What a mess. But all right. Let's close up here just a few more minutes and we're gonna just preview 2026.
Hmm.
We mentioned a lot of stuff from 2025. You never know what's coming out in 2026. There could be some surprises. But what are we looking forward to right now, Kyle? Movies, TV, anything you're excited about?
Yeah, I'm excited about a lot of different stuff. Movie wise. The Odyssey,
Yep.
which I just saw the trailer, looked very, very cool. Christopher Nolan, excited about that. And then it says it's coming out next year. I don't know how true this is, but Dune Part 3,
Yeah.
possibly.
It's interesting with that movie because I saw that again today. It's the same date, pretty much this time next year as Avengers Doomsday. One
Yeah,
of those films is
it's gonna
moving.
move.
There's no chance in
Yeah.
hell we're getting Barbenheimer because at least with Barbenheimer, you got two different like audiences. Dune and Avengers are the same audience and they both want IMAX screens. There's no way
Mhm.
that they're going to be. So one of them's moving.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll
But
see.
that's movie wise, I think those are my two biggest ones that I'm excited about. TV. I think Industry, which comes
Oh,
out early in January. I'm excited about Industry, and I'm excited to see the next season of The Pit for
yeah.
sure. Those are at the top of my list for TV. And then in the gaming world, I feel like everybody's been waiting for it, but GTA 6,
Does it get
this thing
delayed
is gonna
again?
make a gazillion dollars.
Mm.
But
Yeah.
if it comes out, it was supposed to come out this year, right? But then they
Yep.
pushed it
Yep.
again.
Yep.
So we'll see. We'll
All
see.
right.
I'm
All
worried
right.
about the price tag on that, A.
Oh, I
And
know.
B, I don't have any modern consoles, so I gotta wait another year on top of that for a PC release.
Yeah.
So I'll be looking up at the window sad while you're playing.
Yeah.
But
It's gonna
that's
be, it'll probably be like $100, you think?
I I could see them justifying that easily. I
Yeah.
mean, Nintendo's doing what, $70, $80 games right now?
That's crazy.
It's not that much of a stretch to add another 20 on top of that for
Ugh.
what
For how
arguably
much
is
work.
going to be
Yeah.
that too, but arguably is going to be the best-selling game ever, likely.
Yeah.
I can't imagine
Yeah.
it's not. Um I don't know. It's going to be a weird one to see, but I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to close my eyes and plug my ears for a year and try not to view any footage of it until I can get my hands on it for a computer, but we'll see.
Hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, John, what about you? Obviously, we mentioned a game here, but any movies, TV shows you're excited for?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to The Boys is
Yep.
coming out in April. Beyond that, I feel like everything's taken that 3-year hiatus
Yeah.
between. I mean, Severance. They said, "Oh, we're not going to do that," and they're doing that. Like 3 other shows, I think are doing that. I can't
Pluribus, like who the
imagine.
hell knows when we're gonna get
Yeah,
that?
I can't
Like,
imagine they're going to turn around another season in a year on Pluribus when
no.
it just came out.
We used to
So
be a good society. We used to have
yeah,
24 episodes, September through May. And it's like, now it's like,
yep,
okay, we can only do 8 episodes every 3 years. It's like, what are we doing,
ah,
guys? Come on.
it's
Yeah.
Like,
crazy.
you finish the one season, open up the writer's room for the next one instead of,
Yeah.
yeah, we'll get to the writer's room in the fall of 26. It's like, well, what are you doing now? Like,
Hmm.
And some of the recent strikes didn't really help any of this
yeah,
stuff either. So just anything that you thought was coming out this year has already been propelled into next year, the year beyond potentially. But
yeah.
yeah, so I'm sure there's going to be plenty to watch that I'll
Mm.
enjoy that I don't know about. But as far as what I'm looking forward to, it's a little scarce. And on the gaming
Mm.
side, I just made a list the other day of games that I intend to play. I think I'm up to like 15 or 20 games that are on
Wow.
my backlog right now
Wow.
that are like some of them are AAA games like Expedition 33 and stuff like that. And so it's just I have so many games. I'm not even really even looking at what's coming out. I'm sure I'll get some of the bigger stuff as it comes out, but I don't have the time to add more games to my list when I'm trying to. I mean, I got a game on my desk here I got for Christmas last year. I'm still playing. You know what I mean? Like
Mm.
I've been playing it for a year now. It's like holy cow. So I literally have 4 sealed games on my desk right in front of me. I could just reach over. I got like handfuls of games that are just in their wrapper still that I have not opened. So I just have so many games. I'm not even looking at what's coming up.
Wow. All right. As for me, I mean, yeah, I'm looking at movies. Obviously, yeah, The Odyssey. That's, of course, that's on my list. But like, you got Project Hail Mary. It's a Phil Lord, Chris Miller movie with Ryan
Mm.
Gosling. Set in space. I'm wondering if this could be their version of what they were supposed to do with Solo. The comedy, the just the fun action that we're gonna get with those guys. I'm intrigued. That's a key word. By The Social Reckoning. It's not a Mission Impossible movie. This is the
Mm.
Social Network sequel
Yeah.
with Jeremy Strong, Jeremy Allen White, Mikey Madison, I believe Bill Burr. Like it's a
Yeah.
wild cast, but I always worry because at least with Social Network, which is one of my top four movies, um, you got David Fincher involved. To reel in Sorkin. This one is written and directed by Sorkin, so I always
Oh boy.
worry we
Hmm.
got too much Sorkin. So I haven't been the biggest fan of his directorial outings. Love the writing, the directing, it's sometimes too much. But there's a movie called I Love Boosters, which I saw, which is a Boots Riley film.
Mm.
He's did Sorry to Bother You, which was great and
Yeah.
it's just so unique. And this one I'm looking at Demi Moore, Kiki Palmer, Lakeith Stanfield, Will Poulter. So it's a great cast. I'm really curious of what he's cooking up. But and then I look at TV and it's always hard to know because you got all these new shows, that they're not on your radar yet. But at least for returning shows, HBO had my top three shows this year. And I think it's going to have more next year. I mean, you got the pit and industry, as you guys mentioned, coming back. You got the train wreck of possibly, maybe it'll be a great train ride of Euphoria. It's finally back.
Mm.
Oh,
Rumor takes
interesting.
place it's in the old folks' home. I'm kidding. At this point, I don't know how old they are at this point. I think they're out of college or maybe they're in college. I don't know at this point, but they're older. We're at least getting the time jump because there's no way I'm believing that they're in still high school anymore.
Mm.
Um, and then I think, I gotta mention the comeback.
Yeah.
It's season three of this show. It was 9 years from season one to season two. It's been 12 years since season two. Um, I'm really excited to see what they do, satirizing Hollywood, especially, with the studio just coming out last year. What are they going to do this time around with reality TV and Hollywood and stuff like that? I'm going to miss Mickey, rest in peace, Robert Morris, but I'm excited to see what they do with that. And then there's possibly a Larry David history type show coming, I think produced with the Obamas on HBO.
Interesting.
So you see like a brief clip in those like 2026 like here's what's coming in HBO montages and you're like, what the hell is this?
Yeah.
But I'm seated, I'm ready. And then yeah, reality. You got Survivor 50, which I mentioned, and really excited about in like I think 2 weeks. Traders season four, mostly because my guy, the guy who inspired me to do redundancy, how many years ago, Rob Cesternino is back on TV doing the Traders, so I'm very
Oh,
excited to
he's on
see
it. Wow.
he's on
That's
it.
crazy.
He was rumored to be on 50. He was in the casting pool for that. He got cut from that, and then he got a phone call soon after saying we want you on Traders, and it's like, all right,
Wow.
so I'm excited to see what he has cooked up after. I think his last appearance was 2003, 2004 on TV, but obviously he's been doing Rob as a podcast since then.
Yeah.
But all right, that is it for 2026. Anything we're missing, guys? Anything else we wanted to mention? 2025, 2026, 2027? Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if we're around 2027. We're hoping.
2027 is just going to be all three of us with Nathan Fielder's pilot
Yeah,
face
maybe.
talking.
Might be. Maybe we'll see. But we're hoping to get some of these in there. Obviously, we took an extended pause in the fall, but we're gonna do the best we can. Make sure you're subscribed on YouTube and Apple Podcasts, Spotify, the blog dualredundancy.com. Following us on Twitch, twitch.tv/dualredundancy. We're live on YouTube with these episodes. If you're following and subscribe to us, that'll be the best way to get notifications of when we do have a new episode for you. Because yeah, it might not be our weekly cadence or every other week cadence. It might be a little different these days. So make sure you're ready for that. Our next episode, I'm hoping, will be in January because it's a very busy January. As we've been mentioning, the pit and industry are back. I mentioned Traders, Golden Globes, and then, of course, the Oscar nominations as well. So definitely thinking we're going to have at least one episode in January to recap as much as we can of all that. You can follow us on Instagram and on TikTok at Do Redundancy. And I got to thank both of you guys for joining me doing this on a Monday afternoon. I couldn't do it without you guys this entire year. All you've done for the podcast, John, producing the episodes, putting them up on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, on YouTube. I really couldn't do it without you guys, so I appreciate it so much.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. Until next time, I'm David Allen,
I'm Trevor Berwick.
I'm Kyle Bridger.
and that's all we got for Do or Duncy. Goodbye, everybody.